The Mercedes EQS sedan has been on sale for quite a while now, and there are gradually more and more deliveries coming. So I thought that I would make a buyer's guide video on this car. Now, as you can see, the EQS looks like this if you don't know. It has this weird shape. To some people, it looks like a upside down bathtub, but this is due to the fact that it achieves the lowest drag coefficient of any production vehicle, with the lucid air of 0.2 CD. For comparison, a Range Rover has a drag coefficient of 0.3 CD. Now, the specs on the EQS are very impressive. 350 miles of range and 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds from a 107.8 kilowatt hour battery. The interior is also sumptuous, with the hyper screen, of course, which means you basically get a whole screen spanning the width of the entire dash. One particular disappointment that the EQS has been facing is the rear seat accommodation. The rear seat accommodation just isn't as cosseting or as comfortable, and in fact, for its class, it's quite cramped. With the EQS, you have three models to choose from. The first model is the EQS 450 Plus Sedan. The reason the plus indicates is basically it has a larger battery. All models in the States we get here are the longer battery ones. Ones in the Germany, there's also an EQS 350 non-plus model available. Now, this is the cheapest way of entering the EQS lineup here in the States. It starts at over 100 grand, so this clearly isn't a car for everyone. Acceleration is brisk at 5.9 seconds, which is pretty good for a electric vehicle that's this size. The motor is of course a single motor rear-wheel drive here because it doesn't have 4MATIC. Moving on to EQS 580, you get a bit of a lower range. Mercedes doesn't show that because, well, they want some money. Of course, they want you to get the more expensive version. But 4.1 seconds to 0 to 60, which is insanely fast for a car of its size. Of course, it has dual motors. It doesn't have a triple motor setup, of course. And moving up, we have the Amg Eqs Sedan. Now, $147,500 is a lot of money for a car. But 0 to 60 is done in 3.5 seconds, and of course, it has the lowest range of these cars. However, as with most German cars, they usually are found achieving a higher range estimate than their EPA estimate. This is also a dual motor setup. There is no triple motor setup, as I said before. And well, let's start with a build. I'm going to be going with the 580 4MATIC here, as I think it provides the best balance of speed and also gets you that really nice four-wheel drive. Now, the 580 also comes standard with the AMG exterior package, which gives you these wheels. The normal ones don't look as sporty as these, and you also get revised front apron and rear apron. You have trim levels to choose from. I go for the exclusive trim. The pinnacle trim is a bit over top for me. If you do plan on using the rear seats, the pinnacle trim is for you, as that mainly focuses on the rear seats. But this basically makes it a really nice all-around car. Now, the EQS 580 comes standard with those 21-inch wheels, as I said before, as standard, unlike the 450, which gets 20 inches as standard. Now for color, I'm going to just choose a random color because I think it doesn't matter a lot. I'd also get all-season tires if I were living in the snow belt, but again, I wouldn't do that. Now interior, one option I would avoid is the manufacturer Neva Gray and Biscaya Blue Napa interior. It looks extremely nice, but the problem is, as you can see here, the carpets aren't white for some weird reason. Mercedes decided to do this, so I'm going to do a black leather option, black and sable brown option, which to me looks equally nice. You get the brown door tops and the brown armrest and the black seats. Now, there really isn't a generous portion of wood used in the EQS, as the dashboard is taken up by the hyperscreen. So if you do spend $1,500 on the wood, it does look very nice, but it's only placed here and in the center console. So I wouldn't recommend getting the $1,500 wood option. I would also get the winter package, and I'd also get the laminated glass with thermal and noise insulation. It's very good to have because it really drowns out some wind noise. I also get HEPA filtration, and energizing comfort just integrates all those massaging seats and your air purifier system to create a really nice ambience. So I would definitely get that. It's more of a gimmick, but for $200 you really can't go wrong with it. I also add a heads-up display, although I wouldn't do the augmented reality one. I think that's just way too over the top. And to top this all off, the dash cam, which is integrated very nicely. At 135 grand, we are with the total build. Now, it's quite expensive. The similarly equipped S-Class, however, will be even more expensive, as you have to kick off the 580 trim of the S-Class, which is already 110 grand to start with. Then you have to do the pick and the call and the exclusive trim, as I said before. Yeah, and the EQS, well, it really isn't the electric car I recommend if you're looking for sporty pretensions. I also wouldn't recommend this if you're looking for a luxurious electric car to be chauffeured in. But for daily driving and all you want is a daily commuter where you want to be quiet and you want to do it in as little stress as possible while making no noise, this is the car for you. And that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching.